Check us out on Patreon, guys, where we give you our exclusive access to all of our videos, 186 videos and counting. We just updated it. That's why I know how many videos is on there.
Bangers too, though. Bangers. Nothing too shabby. I mean, I don't know, like a Led Zeppelin marathon. We got Metallica on there, some Megadeth stuff. I'm just saying. Just throwing that out there, man. So if you're interested, definitely check that out, guys. The link for that will be in the description.
What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man George.
What's shaking, guys? How y'all living out there, man? Shout out to the Free Thinkers, of course.
Dude, Mickey Ficky Slayer, man. We had to get back to Slayer. This is off the Mandatory Suicide, name of the song. This is off of the 80s poll as well, that everyone that participated on Patreon.
Yep.
So thank you so much for that.
Salute.
Dude, I am excited, man, because Slayer is one of those bands, man. One of those bands that's just filthy with their musicianship, man.
But it's like I had to ask, because I was talking to Ryan, I was like, yo, do I fuck with Slayer?
Yeah.
Because it's weird the journey that we've been on with Slayer, because they've had Rain and Blood. I think that was our really fuck. Whoever told us to do that shit early in our metal listening career really fucked up royally, because it really derailed what could have been a magical. They could have been. I guess are they a staple band? We've done a lot of songs.
They are because
But they could have been what we can, like, they would have been on the front of our minds as like a staple.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's true.
Because the songs, for the most part, that I've heard from Slayer that we've done on the channel have been, I've liked them.
Yeah.
I liked definitely like South of Heaven, which is fire.
Yeah.
I bang that still.
Good song.
I liked what's the other one? Let's see, South of Heaven.
Seasons of Abyss.
Seasons in the Abyss.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
I think the most recent one we did, I thought was really they were playing their asses off. What was it? Metal Storm, Face the Slayer, and that was early Slayer.
Yep.
And I'm just like, yo, do I fuck with Slayer? Like low key? I don't
Telling
know.
you, man. I don't
So
know.
yeah, then that's on Patreon. Check that out. But yeah, man, this is off of I think this is off the same album as it was off the South of Heaven album. So the same album that the song South of Heaven is on, which was released in '88. Yep. And let's just get back to them, man. They were on that poll. We appreciate once again everybody participating on the poll. We're gonna keep going back to those polls. We know a lot of people clearly if the song's on a poll, because we had to go through hours and hours of comments to know what you guys want.
Jesus.
Clearly that states that shows rather that you guys want these songs reacted to. So let's get into it, man. Slayer, Mandatory Suicide. No, the way
That is nasty.
who's the drummer? Yeah, we got to remember these guys.
That is nasty.
The way he sauced it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That shit is nasty.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah,
Now
buddy.
it could take a detour. It is possible.
Yeah.
But that shit sounds crazy right now.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yes. That's how you rock a motherfucker, man. Damn. Of course, Dave Lombardo. Yes, of course. We know Dave gets busy. I don't know how I forgot his name. Dave Lombardo, man. The saucy drums. Yes, the riffs too. Let's just start it back up. Yes.
It don't waste no time. Yeah, that shit is nasty.
Because I wouldn't have thought that they would.
Yeah, the way that they rocked you into that.
It's a different type of. It's a different type
But
of.
the way that they're rocking you in, I'm gonna be talking to the mic. The way that they're rocking you in to these transitions,
Listen, man.
is filthy.
Man, it's a different type of
Filthy.
aura when Slayer gets on the stage, man. I just feel like when they get on the stage, man, I feel like if we go to one of these festivals and shit like that with what seems like 100 bands and shit, I just feel like when Slayer steps on the stage, it's just gonna feel different, man. That everybody can thrash and everybody can be heavy, but I just feel like it's something in their music, man, that just feels like, oh, okay, now this is. yeah, this is the real
Yeah,
shit.
dude.
It just feels that way. That them Jaws riffs, bro.
Yeah, but
yes, the way they rock you into it, all that shit. But I want to talk about them Jaws riffs. They did that same shit on South of Heaven.
Yeah, they
man.
did, yeah. That shit is just
They just.
woo!
Yeah, it feels like this is Wes Craven. You know
Run
what I'm
that
saying?
all the way back. Let's start that all the way back up because all the way through that, the way that they rocked you into all
nasty.
of them was
Transition game nasty. Shout out to the guitarist on this, man.
That shit is
Like, everybody
nasty.
getting busy, bro.
That before he came in, that's just nasty. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
This shit just
Yeah. Wait. Them motherfuckers is no
Yeah,
joke.
yeah.
They're no joke.
All right, we
They're
will.
no joke.
Who are the patrons?
Yeah.
Can we listen, man? Can we figure out who requested
They
what?
shoulda won.
We need an algorithm. Yo, we need an algorithm, man, because I need to know who's from the cloth, man. I need
Yeah.
to know who's from the cloth, man.
This
Whoever
is
requested
nasty.
this. And it's just funny, man. I don't want to. Should I do it, man? I don't want to do it, man. It's just funny, man, coming off of like Operation Mindcrime, man, and then hearing some shit.
Nah,
like
no,
that.
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. This is just refreshing, man. This is just refreshing.
It's kind of like, man, if you've ever been to a house party in the hood, man, and there's at the beginning stages of the party, man, it's just a certain type of music, right? It's just like, oh yeah, dancing, having a good time and shit, you know. And then when your parents or some shit, they start drinking and all that upstairs. You're like, all right, man, cut the lights out. And then you get to
The real
you
stuff.
get to the bumping and grind and shit. Now this has absolutely no correlation to bumping and grinding.
No, it
music,
does not.
But it's that you get grown with the shit, and that's just how I feel coming off that Operation Mindcrime. I feel like we got grown.
Yeah.
I feel like shit just got real. That's how I feel. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this
but
shit is nasty,
But it's
though.
not like the Operation Mindcrime isn't good. I think that was I really like that song and it banged out in its own way. But this just feels like, all right, man, now it's serious. That's just how I feel. I'm sorry, man.
This is filthy, man, and I agree with you, man. But one thing I want to do though, George, really quick, let's take a look at the poll real quick because I want to know why this wasn't as high on the list. But maybe we just had a whole bunch of bangers on here. So we had Metallica, Harvester of Sorrow, which
Harvester of Sorrow.
so and that's what won. So in the future we're gonna put Metallica and Megadeth on separate polls.
Give
so
them their own Zord.
So we get that. Megadeth, In My Darkest Hour was over that. Iron Maiden was over that. The 2 minutes to midnight, that was over this. So there was a lot of, and I'm skipping over a lot of other songs that beat out this particular song. But damn, when you say we got to the real shit, don't get me wrong. That's not to say that all the other stuff that we did wasn't good or great.
Wasn't real either.
We're not saying that, but I feel what you mean
understand.
by that.
You
When you
understand.
say that, like, dude, this should have been, I don't want to say should have been, but I would have appreciated if someone was like, dude, wait till y'all get to that motherfucking Slayer fucking mandatory suicide. Wait till you get to that shit because that is going to be right up your alley.
If you see me on my computer throughout the rest of this reaction, guys, I'm not trying to be rude. It's not that I'm not engaged with the song. I'm just trying to find anybody who said, yo, man, get to that motherfucking Slayer. Because I want to shout y'all out, man. So just keep in mind, man. I'm listening. I need to find somebody, man. Shout out to everybody that requested this one.
Yeah, I know. It's nasty.
Yeah, buddy, you're rocking.
That is so
That gets us every time, but I'm gonna let it ride. That gets us every time, bro. Woo!
yeah. Found somebody? He ain't found
Let's
somebody?
go ahead and okay. And this is a very very consistent supporter. And I promise you, I didn't single this person out or anything like that. It took me this long, the entire video to find someone that specifically mentioned Slayer, because there's been a lot of requests. I mean, it's a pretty extensive poll. So shout out to Alexis Estrada, man. She said Megadeth and Slayer's picks are so underrated. Please do those.
Yep.
Salute. Alexis might be from the right.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
She might be from the
She might know. She might know what's going
Salute.
on.
Salute to Alexis.
Yeah, because this is nasty.
Yeah, I can see it. I
This is nasty.
feel like this might be a little underrated. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to it. I'm
Yep.
sorry to stop it. This would not have been an area I would have stopped it in normally, but I had to shout her out. Shout out to Alexis, man. I appreciate that artistically.
Yeah, I didn't like the end of that.
But I just wish they would have banged us out, though, to the end. Quite
Yeah.
frankly. Like, I appreciate, because the funny thing is I was looking at the title of the song, Mandatory Suicide, and that just sounded, just based off the title, I'm like, what the fuck is Mandatory Suicide? What is that even about? And I think he essentially brought what the song's meaning is full circle here when he was in the outro. So I didn't like the way it sounded musically, because I felt like it muted the music.
It did.
And I wanted them to bang us the fuck out. So I think artistically, I appreciate
I agree with that too.
What he was describing here, because I think it brings the song, with the purpose of the song together. Because it looks like it's just describing war.
Yep.
And
Soldiers.
soldiers being drafted, I guess, into war. So it's like you're essentially being drafted into mandatory suicide.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I think I don't want to get too deep into the lyrics, but I feel like that's what the song's about.
Yep.
Because he gets very descriptive here. Lying, dying, screaming in pain, begging, pleading, bullets drop like rain, minds explode, pain shears through the brain, radical amputation. This is insane.
Yeah.
Fly swatter stakes drive through your chest, spikes impale you as
Yeah.
you're forced off the crest. Soldier of misfortune, hunt with bated breath. A vile smell. I might as well finish it up. A
Yeah,
vile
might as well
smell,
keep it going.
like tasting death, dead bodies, dying and wounded, litter the city streets, shattered glass, bits of clothing, human deceit, dying in terror, blood's cheap. Yeah, there you go, blood's cheap.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Mandatory suicide, massacre on the front line. So I think artistically, man, I actually really appreciate that. I just musically, man, we were in such a nasty
Yeah,
fucking
the
groove.
implementation. I just didn't like the implementation at the end.
But
you
I
know?
understand. And I'm sure that people at this time when this was first introduced, I'm
Yep.
sure there are a lot of people that did appreciate that. But 2022, us listening to thrash with some of the nasty shit that they were doing, those Jaws riffs and the drumming when it was slow up, you know, and the cymbal work, Dave Lombardo was out of his mind. The vocals didn't detract me in any way. I actually thought that they were pretty decent for what they were trying to portray in this song. You know what I mean? Overall, man, I think it's a banger. Transitions were solid, you know. So yeah, that's playlist for me.
Yep, playlist for me too, man. And I agree with what you said about the outro, man. I really wish the outro was the intro. I really wish they would have started the song like that. You know what I mean?
Get
and
that
just,
out the way.
Just him talking, you know, no music, just him talking, and you're like, damn, what the hell is going on? And then boom, that would have been fire.
Get that out the way.
Yeah.
Let's get the artistry.
Yeah,
set the table. Give us the intro, and then let's rock the fuck. out.
Yeah, that would have been nasty.
Yeah,
And then I would have been like, yeah, but I really do not like the outro. In that, I mean, again, I can kind of appreciate it, but I don't like the way that sounded to me.
Yeah.
So, but that's still gonna get playlist burn, and then I'll just when the outro gets to the outro,
Next song.
next song, I'll just rewind. You know,
there you go.
So that's kind of what I'll do to kind of avoid that. But that was fire.
Shout out to
dude.
Slayer. Shout out to them, man.
Shout out to Alexis.
Shout out to Alexis and
Yeah.
whoever else voted for
Recommended
that.
that, yeah.
Voted for that. Recommended that on
Yep.
a poll. That's playlist. And like I said, I'm asking myself. I guess I fuck with Slayer.
Yeah, that shit is nasty, dude.
You know. So yeah, let's keep the Slayer request coming.
I'm telling you.
Shout out to everybody that requested that. That's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed that, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, guys, check out our Patreon channel if you're interested. It will allow you to get exclusive access to our content. The link for that will be in the description. I'm George. That's Ryan, Las Vegas.
We out.